Are you dealing with pain in the front of your shoulder, or maybe it's going down the side of your arm? It probably started as a nagging ache, and now your arm feels weak and sleeping is a struggle, especially if you roll over onto that side at night. And now you might be wondering, did I tear my rotator cuff? There's a simple set of tests called the rotator cuff cluster that we use in a clinic to help us figure out if there is a tear in your rotator cuff. So let's walk through those tests now. Test number 1 is called the painful arc sign, and you simply just raise your arm up overhead. Now, if your pain kicks in at about 60 degrees to 120 degrees, that's considered a positive sign. And this suggests that there's an impingement or at least an irritation in your rotator cuff. And oftentimes this is involving your supraspinatus tendon. Now, test number 2 is called the drop arm sign test. Now, you simply raise your arm out again to the side, but this time what you're looking for is how well you can control that arm moving down. If it suddenly drops or it's painful when you're coming back down, that's a red flag that you've torn something or that something's affecting your rotator cuff. The third test is the infraspinatus test. And you simply keep your elbows by your side and you're trying to move out, but you're going to try to do that pushing against some resistance. So while that elbow stays at 90 degrees, you don't have to really fight it. You just want that gentle resistance that way. Now it's positive if you feel like there's weakness or you just can't do it. And your infraspinatus is another key rotator cuff muscle, so that would be another flag. Now, if all 3 of these are positive, research shows that there's a high likelihood that you have a full thickness rotator cuff tear. But what does that really mean? Does that mean that you have to have surgery? That is a great question, and I break that down in detail in another video. So let's check that out if you find out that you have all 3 of those coming back positive and you're trying to figure out what you should do next. Now, if only 2 of those tests come out positive, it's less likely that you have a full thickness tear. But you're probably still wondering what that means and what you should do next. And that is where personalized care makes all of the difference. You don't have to guess your way through recovering from a shoulder injury. If you're not sure where to start, I want you to listen to the Randall story. He also had a shoulder problem and he wasn't sure what he was supposed to do, and he was thinking his only option was surgery. Well, spoiler alert, it was not his only option. So whether there is a tear or it's just that your rotator cuff is irritated, I want you to know that you can get better. So check out the comments below and you'll find a quick way to contact my clinic so that we can figure this out together.